In February, I had been for my mammogram, and I had mentioned that I'd had some soreness in the breast, and it felt sort of like a muscle pull. And what they found at that second mammogram, and the ultrasound especially, was that there was already a very large mass in the breast. It wasn't really individual lumps, it was actually a mass. One type of chemo, it didn't work at all. The second type of chemo, the Taxol Herceptin, worked on the liver tumor, but it didn't work on the breast tumor, and the breast tumor started growing again. So they took me off chemo, put me on radiation for a month. I had 25 treatments of radiation, and then approximately a month later I had a mastectomy. So after I found out that the cancer was back in the liver, I went back in to see Dr. Wheatley Price to discuss options. And one of the options he offered me was a clinical trial comparing a currently approved drug, which would be the next drug that I probably would have tried, versus a new experimental drug called TDM1.
She's now been on a clinical trial for over 3 years, and all the cancer that we did see, has gone on the scans. And she's really doing marvelously well, and I believe she wouldn't be here if she hadn't had access to this drug. What's interesting is the drug she's on is now a standard of care because of the trial she volunteered for was a success. So the bottom line is clinical trials save lives. I see patients every week on clinical trials in the cancer center, and these drugs in some instances will form the gold standard for the next generation of patients and are a crucial and integral part of what we do. Funding sources such as money from the Cancer Foundation will allow us to achieve sustainability in offering clinical trials to our population.
The tumor immediately went down very quickly. Within 2 or 3 treatments, it had shrunk from 4.5 centimeters down to 2. A couple more treatments, it was down to 1 centimeter. Within a year, the tumor was gone completely, and that was very unexpected. In a clinical trial, they typically hope to stabilize or somewhat shrink tumors, but they don't really expect them for a stage 4 cancer to actually go away. With this clinical trial, it definitely gave me a chance to consider the fact that I might not die within 6 months or 2 years. I've been here 4 years now from that initial diagnosis, and the clinical trial has definitely given me the chance to think longer term. So it's been a lot of very happy times knowing that I have that little bit of extra time. I don't know how long, none of us do, but it definitely has given me a sense that there could be something longer term than my initial diagnosis of 6 months to 2 years.